Hi there, my name is William, creator of Mornio TV. Next Friday, the 9th of July, is the start of the annual Nuts Ylläs Pallas Ultra Run. Last year, the event was a little bit subdued due to COVID, but the year before I attended as a spectator, and I hope this video is able to capture at least some of the incredible energy that surrounds the event. I hope you enjoy the video. Please like, share, subscribe, and of course leave us a comment. And why not come along again next week for another story about life above the Arctic Circle. So the first time I heard about nuts was a post on Facebook about 2 or 3 years ago. And then more recently, in springtime, a couple of friends of mine were talking about the nuts events the following summer. They were obviously very excited about it, they were taking part in it. So that stirred my curiosity. I had a look at the nuts website and I was very interested at the routes they were going to run and the terrain they were going to run over. So I thought then if I was available on that nuts weekend that I would come along and have a look. And I'm very glad that I did.
I want to stay alive, just make the 105 kilometers.
On the Friday evening I drove down to Ylläs and I really had no clue what I was about to experience. When I arrived there then I was very curious. I really wanted to experience everything and absorb everything. First of all, I walked around the stalls and I was really interested to see the sort of everyday sports equipment that had been specially designed for this event. I really appreciate the sort of the energy and effort that goes in to developing these specialized products. Then about 5 minutes or so before registration started, a queue of participants formed. And it was all very relaxed and easygoing. People were just chatting amongst themselves or chatting on their phones or taking pictures, things like that. Then the registration started, the flap of the tent opened, and it was a very orderly, relaxed procession of people going in and registering. And I don't know why, it kind of surprised me a bit. I thought there'd be a bit of a mad dash, but there wasn't. It was really relaxed. I was very lucky then to interview some of the people who registered, and I found them to be very down-to-earth, very positive, very confident people. Yes, they were aware that they were participating in a huge challenge, but they were accepting of it and they were looking forward to it. And this, I think, was a big surprise to me. I think I was expecting them to be some sort of superhuman athletes, but they weren't really. They were just really friendly, down-to-earth people. I found them very inspirational. It was the idea that these were just average people willing to take on this, what I thought was a huge challenge. I arrived at Hetta about an hour before the start, and I was really excited because I knew that I was going to experience something new and interesting. And I love that feeling. I walked around and had a chat to a couple of the runners. And again, there was that sense of quiet confidence that I'd had from the day before. But on that occasion, there was a real sense of, or a build-up of anticipation. You knew that something great was about to start. Before I arrived at the start, I thought the runners would probably be too focused to really have time to talk to me. But actually, I find the opposite to be true. The runners were very friendly and they were very willing to explain things to me. And that made me, in a small way, feel that I was actually part of the event. So a few minutes before the start, the runners come to the start line and there's this huge build-up of anticipation and energy. And then the gun goes off and it's this wonderful release. It's very, very exciting, and as a spectator, you're just overjoyed and you're really wanting to support and wish these people well. But at the same time, in the back of my mind, there were these small feelings of fear and of angst. You know, are the runners going to be okay? Are they going to be safe? Are they going to make it to the end? And that was a surprise. And then after a few minutes, the runners all pass by and you're just left alone in the car park with a couple of other spectators wondering what to do next. And I had this huge feeling of being abandoned. And that was very surprising to me. I didn't think that I would feel that way. I did a few short hikes up the fells, and I had to laugh at myself because as I was walking along I started to feel a bit sore and a bit tired, and just as I was really feeling sorry for myself, these runners came streaming by me. As the runners came by, you could see that some were obviously very focused on the track or focused on their race, but what really impressed me was that they all took a few moments out to acknowledge me, either with a smile or a wave or a thumbs up, and that made me feel really, really special. Then also there are the occasions when I actually came across some of the runners that I had interviewed the day before, and that just made me feel like I'd won the lottery. I mean, what are the chances of a field of maybe 1,200 runners? I had interviewed maybe 40 or so of them, and then on the track I managed to bump into 10 or 15 of them. I mean, what are the odds? It was just a wonderful, wonderful experience.
Well, of course I feel a bit tired, but happy.
Watching the runners approach the finishing line, it's really impressive to see them draw on those last reserves of energy to try to finish in style, you know, with a hop, skip and a jump. And when they cross the line, you get this wonderful feeling of pride and happiness for them. It's fantastic. It's also very emotional to see some of the finishers run into the arms of their friends and families and supporters. Some of the finishers, they cross the line, they get their medal, maybe they have a short interview or take some pictures, and then off they go. Job done. At the finish line, I was lucky enough to interview some of the runners, and I was reminded that they were just down-to-earth, average, normal people. They had set themselves a challenge, they were determined to see it through, they had trained and planned, and in the end they had succeeded. And that's very inspirational. Looking back now at that weekend, I think the purpose of the event is not one to receive accolades or to get medals, but the purpose is rather to challenge yourself, for the reward to be able to pat yourself on the back and congratulate yourself for a job well done.
It's only up and downhill, rocks, and no flat.
Yeah, I can honestly say the event inspired me. It challenged my long-held beliefs and viewpoints. And yes, I bought myself a pair of running shoes and I'm going to give running a go, which is something that I would not have said would be possible at all 6 months ago.